Hello, YouTube. Well, where am I at? Where am I? Where did I go? I'll tell you where I went. I went somewhere to look at my truck. I'm here now. I gotta try and get myself logged into this Qualcomm. Obviously, I've been driving. So, yeah, I left Charlotte, took a load to Pennsylvania to grab a load that took me to Ohio. So I'm in Ohio now. Haven't found a backup yet, but it's all good. So I'm gonna drop this load. I'm gonna go park somewhere since the lot over there is full of trucks, the people that can't wake up early enough in the morning to do their work. And then I'm gonna find me another load, but I gotta get back to the house because my nasty card came in. That's the NASTC fuel card. I call it the nasty card because it's easier than saying NASTC. And I gotta go pick that up. And my title came in, so I have to sign that at the bank and let them do what they gotta do with it. So, other than that, you know, revenue for the week so far is around $1,200 off of just them two loads. The second load sucked as far as revenue, but, you know, it was a short run, so it wasn't bad. I found a load I was going to take for about $1,000, taking me back towards the house, putting me 3 hours from the house. And the minute I decided, it had been sitting there all day, and the minute I decided on it, of course, it was gone. What else is new? Somebody must have quit the same time I did. But, you know, if I'd have read my email earlier instead of been driving and working, whatever, I don't care. I'll get there sometime next week. It's not urgent that I get home. But I do need clothes. I had 3 extra shirts in one of my totes, and I took everything out of that tote and threw it in the dirty clothes and hung up the jackets that were winter jackets. So I have like 5-6 pairs of pants, a bunch of underwear, a bunch of socks, and 2 collared shirts and a t-shirt. And now a sweatshirt because I helped some guy unload yesterday. So life is good with no clothes. Just run around naked everywhere. Run around naked. Oh, we don't want to see truck drivers doing that, do we? That would be a horrible sight. Anyway, more updates to come. Alright, got me a load going home. The minute I dropped my last load in, where was I? I don't know. I have no idea. Dropped over there at the home improvement store and picked up in Lima, Ohio, going to Union City, DC to DC. But look, to make this legal, this was a 45,300 pound load, and to make it legal, look at this, the gap is insane. I can fit between it and still have a couple of inches left, an inch on each shoulder. I've never had to do that. It was 13,000, 12.9 on my steers, and I checked the rating in the door, and my steers are only rated at 12. So I don't know. I don't like that part about this truck. Other than that, I love it. More later. Alright, I'm back for the last update. Finally. Truck's running good. I picked it up, as you saw, at Charlotte and ran that load and grabbed another load. I booked those 2, and then I guess it's a good thing I didn't book a whole week or whatever out, because I had to go back home, like y'all saw. So tomorrow I'm heading to the house. Well, I'm going to drop this, and then I'm going to head to the house. I'm about 4 hours from my drop. Let me tell you the story on... Come here. me tell you the story on my cat scale. So I went over there. This is a longer truck than our standard SNI spec truck. I think it's 14 more. I think it's 335. Whatever it is. I got lower gears and I have a longer truck, and I got air tabs. So I don't know. When I picked it up, the fifth wheel was further back than what I like to run, so I moved it up to what I thought was the second notch. It's actually the first notch, because the first notch that was empty is actually just a notch. It's not, it's this whatever. Anyway, so like I said, it was a 12.9 and 34 or something like 33.8, right around there from P&G, right? So I moved the fifth wheel back 2 notches because on the way to the TA, I was thinking, because I was like, their scale's got to be broken. On the way to the TA, I had a brain fart. Oh, I had an unbrain fart, a reverse cranial flatulence. So I had an epiphany. That's what those are called. And realized that I could have slid my fifth wheel. Yes, you dope. What's wrong with you? So I got to the TA, and before I cat scaled it, I slid my fifth wheel back 2 notches, and I came up with 12,520, 32,680, and 34,020. My steers are only rated for 12 for some ungodly reason, and not 12.5 like every other Schneider truck I've drove. This is not a SNI spec truck. This is an owner-operator spec truck. It has a few extra options in it. So I was like, well, let me look. So I Googled it. Same thing as trailers. Slide towards your problem. So now I'm thinking their scale is broken on the steers. So let me scoot them back up. So I moved it back up. And it was 12,840 on the steers instead of 12.9, but I might have used 60 pounds of fuel. I did not use 10 gallons to go 28 miles though. So go figure. Their scale's 60 pounds off, or 55, something like that. Anyway, so, well, 28, 860, 24, 3 gallons, 3.5 gallons. Say I used 4 because it's such a heavy load. Still, that's only 28 pounds. 868, 870. Might be a hair off. So I slid it back. No, when I slid it back to where I originally had it, it turned out to be 12,840, 32.4, and 33,960. So that got me thinking. I was like, well, let me do this. So it went down when I went back, which makes no sense because it should go down when I go up, not the other way around. I don't know. Am I wrong? Did I look that wrong? I don't know. Anyway, so I did some math and I figured it moved 320 pounds off the steers when I did 2 notches. So I'll do 4 notches and it'll move 640 off the steers. It should put me at 12,380 or thereabouts. And it should put me at 33.8 on the rear, right? No, I'm sorry, 33.8 on the drives. I don't know. I wrote these numbers down. I didn't write down exactly what they were for. But it was only 30 pounds per notch. So 1 notch would have put me at 34,050 if I moved it back 3 notches on the rear end. So I'm like, well, let me move it back 4 notches and then move the rears back 1 notch. And that should get me back below 34 on the rear and 12.380, right around there on the steers. See what happens. So I moved it there. Weighed again, and it was perfect. 12,000 even. 33,520 and 33,700 for the 79,220 I was looking for. So I'm like 53,000 pounds. I'm still 480. I'm still 780 shy of a full load of 80,000 pounds. But I'm never going to touch a 45,300 pound load. I'm never touching a 45,000 pound load again. Never. And this is why I never did them before, because I knew something like this was going to happen. Needless to say, sliding towards your problem isn't always going to solve your problem, right? I mean, you're at a bar, there's a girl you want to pick up, so you slide towards her, and she knocks you out cold. You slid towards your problem, but it didn't fix your problem, did it now? Anyway. Okay, call me in a minute. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. I'm dropping this load in the morning, and then I'm heading to the house. And like I said, I'm gonna take care of that bank issue. And in the process of hanging around, I'm going to find me a load getting out of the house Monday or Tuesday. I will say this though, my lease, my final out of my pocket was $98, but I also lost, plus out of my pocket, plus the maintenance account that I had built up, plus the reserve I had that was left over, which was like another $400 something. So it was 3% of what the lease is worth if you break it within the first 18 months, which is halfway through the lease. I don't know how the year leases are. It's like, do you have to go the whole year, or you get fined for the whole year, or do you have to go 6 months minimum? I did speak with a Prime driver, and there is more money there. The only problem is you're working your butt off for it. I mean, you're going coast to coast to coast to coast. North, south, east, or west. You will go everywhere, and you will do nothing but drive. And sometimes you will sit for 14 hours. He said he did a 34 at a Tyson chicken plant once. That would have been the day I quit. Because if I do a 34, you're on my blacklist permanently. And them being reefer boys, I don't know how much they actually get to pick other than their 3 loads. I love our load board. Remember, guys, Schneider, you get freedom to pick and choose whatever load you want. Although right now, there's a lot of loads you're not going to want. So don't come over yet. It's kind of painful right now, and they're still hiring people, and y'all are still coming over. Chill out and relax for a minute, let it build back up, and then come over. Keep an eye on the spot market. Once you see that start picking up, well, it already has, well, keep in touch with people in contract freight, and once that picks up, then it should start getting better. And it might not pick up this year because it's already June. Summer, springtime stuff should have already started moving. Hasn't been moving as much as they say it normally has. I haven't really been affected that much, but I also have been off for 2 weeks, so it's gotten a little bit weirder. I won't know until I get back out there full strength, which will be next week. And that's about it. I don't think I got nothing else except this runny nose. No, I got nothing else, and I need a haircut big time. I'm gonna turn into the Doc from Back to the Future, because I'm just going to let my hair get all wild, nonsense looking, and then I'll put on a lab coat and build a time machine out of a Freightliner Cascadia. If O'Reilly's ever gets the flux capacitor back in. But yeah, people, I don't think I got nothing else. Oh, I do have extra dog hair. There's tons of dog hair in this truck. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day.